off on the southern end of the field. A bit of a blustery day today, but the rain has cleared, which both sides will like. They've got running backs, don't they?
Yeah. The North team's got a lot of fast backs, so it should be a high-paced game, I feel.
You're joining me, Kieran Deck, and Callum Richardson for the live coverage of the Club Line match of the round, the last round of the regular season, as Uni North take it up to a fast Gungahlin defence. Both teams capable of running rugby, and we should see a lot of that today as Jamie Kotz leaps for it but is out-jumped, taken to the ground there, and Gungahlin win the first little tussle, taken up now by Connor O'Byrne. Just the right side of the 10-metre line, and they go back, and a couple of cut-out passes give some room to Chris Coyle. He gets taken down by the shoelaces, though, and Duffy, quick hands out to Andy Barrell, now on the right foot, taken low by Sam Irwin, but he didn't get him. Luckily, over the top was a big front row forward, and Charlie Fairfield-Smith. The Owls are able to steal it there, and Sam Irwin taking it away now. Quick get-out-of-jail-free card early from the Owls. Good hit up as they try and work their space. Looks like they're going to clear with the kick. Searching kick finds the touchline, and Jamie Kotz wants a quick restart.
Yeah, with the big win, they need to use Tom Gilmore's big boot because he's got a massive kick and to find space. And I think with the wind behind him, it should be a lot of kicking for the first half. And
this wind, we really don't have a clear direction on it. It's been swirling all morning.
Right.
The rain came down heavy yesterday, and right around the outside of the field is deep.
Yeah, it's lots of mud. On the field, there's a few muddy patches, but it's actually nice and green out there.
Which should be exciting for both sides. We've had a few weekends of heavy underfoot play, and Coach Dan Atkins of the Gungahlin Eagles side, as Pat Tuidraki takes it past the halfway line. Coach Dan Atkins was lamenting the fact that they'd had a number of serious injuries to knees and ankles as Alex Small coughs it up for the Eagles. There was a knock-on earlier, though, so Gungahlin will get the loose head. And so Mr. Dan Atkins, the coach of Gungahlin, was very happy with the fact that it would be hard underfoot today and the players can be a little bit more sure-footed and willing to throw it wide.
Well, it should be an interesting matchup in forwards with Ray Dobson and Nick Dobson playing for the Owls last year. And they were very dominant scrum the whole year. So the two under-20s props that we have at the moment, Max and Far, from last year, have moved up in first grade and should be a test against their old companions, you say.
As Wall gives it to Barrell on the right wing, and he's taken down just past the 22-metre line. Ball looks to be free, though. Ben McGee tried to scrap it out, but good work at the breakdown from the Owls. Thrown back, and big Tom Gilmore puts it on the boot again. Finds touch. No chance of a quick line out. Good pressure from the number 11, Chris Hodgson there. I should say Yeti Targo. They've swapped jerseys on me.
And Daniel Hooper highlighted before the match that pilfers and going past the ball would be really effective against Gungahlin as they're a little bit slower to clean out. So you can just already see with one pilfer in the first half that it should be a couple of pilfers to go Uni North's way. They've
been fairly good at that this season where they have won. They've been hard at the breakdown and should see a bit of that this afternoon, as you allude to, as Mitch Connolly makes a break thanks to a Pat Tuidraki pass. Just short of the 22-metre line now, Gungahlin. Having a lot of the attack early, they haven't been able to make any points out of it yet. Ben McGee, pick and go, gets free, tapped on the ankle, taken down. The offload was successful, and Uni North's doing well to hold the player up there. Just short of the line now. Almost pick and go territory. The referee has signalled a penalty to Uni North.
A scrum to Uni North. 5 metres out, scrum to Uni North.
And so the first test of the surface this afternoon as the players packed down for their first scrum. Yeah, you mentioned the Dobson brothers, who have been instrumental in a number of the big wins for Gungahlin this year. They've knocked off both the front runners in the competition, Queanbeyan and Vikings, and the Dobson brothers have been largely to thank to that in the forward pack.
Yeah, they did some really good off-season recruiting, and largely to the Dobson brothers and a few to help out their lower grades as well. And it just shows how dominant they have been this year. And I don't feel that third position is where they should be. I feel that even though they beat Vikings and Queanbeyan, they should be up there with them.
And that's a big call, but I think it's not unfounded. They've been, especially come the latter part of the season, and as we get into finals, it's a whole new season. But Vikings and Queanbeyan, although they're well ahead on points, they'll be wary of Gungahlin, and whoever comes in fourth. We saw Royals take the premiership last year from fourth position, so it's anyone's competition. Of course, Uni North still within a shot of making it to those finals. And if they can win here today, they'll be doing themselves every favour. But they must win on a slightly damp and windy afternoon at ANU North Oval. You're watching the Clubline Match of the Round live stream to you, thanks to the Brumbies. And a big scrum here from Gungahlin. May get them the first points. Nope. The ball wasn't in their hands, so the dominant scrum will be awarded. And they'll get the loose head this time. Talking about that forward pack, the Dobson brothers directly up against Isili Farr and Max Bode, both younger boys. That front row, in fact, I mentioned at the start of the broadcast, they're all 20 years old, young boys. Swan Blutzu and Hooker there. How have they gone this season from your perspective? Are they gelling well?
Yeah, at the start of the season, they didn't know if they were going to play first grade or if they were going to play second grade with with the Dobson boys still hanging around the club. And then when they had to leave, or when they did leave, they sort of got thrust into that opportunity. And I think they've taken it really well. I mean, last 4 games they've had probably the dominant scrum of the last 4 games, but it's just been a bit tough on them for them to go up to first grade from Colts last year. As it's much more physical, much more aggressive. You've got a lot more bigger blokes running at you, and it takes its toll. And you can probably tell by a few of their injuries towards the end of the season. But they've done their bit, and they've done really well.
Well, for one of the first games, the second game of the season, actually, we were here at ANU North Oval for the Clubline Match of the Round, and Uni North didn't win that game. It was up against Vikings. Their prowess was on show there, especially in the back line. You've got Liam Berry, who's a firecracker when he wants to be. He can hit gaps from anywhere. And Eden Campbell-O'Brien is an exciting player to watch for the NRC this year. Yeah. Wayne Southwell, the coach, as Rocky Aloha takes it away. Wayne Southwell, the coach, has named him as one player to look out for as the Canberra Vikings come together for another season. Yeah, good work at the breakdown here from Uni North. Haven't forced a turnover, but they did slow it down. Gungahlin looked to have the momentum out for the back of another strong scrum, but a knock on there has given them another chance. Gungahlin will get the loose head. Yeah, Eden Campbell-O'Brien, another player to look out for. That centre pairing, him and Liam Berry, very exciting when they're on song, aren't they?
Yeah, they're a very good defensive pair. They hit the line hard as well, and they're good at hitting the short ball off Tom Gilmore. So it should be a good matchup against Pat and the third outside centre for.
That's Mitch Connolly. Yeah, both of them are players to watch out for too, and will be in mix for the NRC selection when it comes in a few weeks' time. We just had word from over at as Gungahlin throw it wide. Luke Duffy getting close. He needs to palm one more. He does just that. Gets the first points of the afternoon. And the first points for Gungahlin. Good try from Luke Duffy. Saw a gap. Had to beat 2. Strong enough to run that angle and clever enough to hold it. And 5 points on the board for Gungahlin Eagles this afternoon. A little bit edgy in your seat there. It's a bit of a struggle when you see the opposition go over early on, and that's been the case all season for my co-commentators. We've been taking commentators from the home side as we travel around the grounds in Canberra all season. So not the best start for Uni North in a must-win game for them, but definitely not, it's not over yet. Early days.
Yeah, you can just tell the scrum's already a bit. The Gungahlin scrum's already got a bit of a dominance, but that just comes from the three big boys in the front, and the Dobson brothers just are unbelievable scrummers. Both in the NRC squad as well, I believe.
Yeah, I think they are. We'll see more of that this afternoon and throughout the final series. It looks like Jamie Kotz is preparing to take this kick from the sideline. Tough kicking conditions this afternoon. This one goes wide, so the score will remain 5-0. Around 5 minutes into this game, clubline match of the round here at ANU North Oval. You're with me, Kieran Deck. Thanks for joining me. And just had word from over at Phillip Oval. Royals have taken the lead early over Vikings, 5-0. And the collection there from the number 7 Xavier Duffy was good, but he was off balance, and Uni North's good enough to push him over the line, so they'll get the line out. First one in their territory this afternoon. Short line out from Uni North, and they try and duck down the sideline here. Suanhu Blutzel taken. Quick release from Michael Dowsett. A knock on against Gungahlin, and a penalty off the back of that will allow Uni North to gain a little bit of territory. A lot of pressure from Gungahlin. Uni North getting the rub of the grain there, but a good opportunity to hit back early on.
Yeah, they'll look to go for a maul here, I believe. Try for a pushover try.
Gungahlin have had a bit of success with that themselves this season. We've seen a lot more of Gungahlin with the match of the round following the most important games of the round. Uni North in with the chance, as I mentioned, of going into the finals if they win this game this afternoon. And a chance now to put the first points on the board. The line out is no good. It goes over the back, but Chris Coyle had a hand on it and a knock on, so another opportunity for Uni. And if you're Dan Hooper, the coach of Uni North, you will be wanting them to turn this into points.
Yeah, it's got to hold the scrum here. Got to get the ball out quickly. Another quick update from Phillip Oval, thanks to Chris Beath, who's updating us on the live stream. 7-5 to Vikings. They've just gone in. Big scrum required here from Uni North. Michael Dowsett sitting on the sidelines in the Brumbies clash with the Highlanders last night. Fresh legs and useful legs as a dominant scrum called from the referee here. Gungahlin, they're going to... Uni North have got a lot of work to do to turn that over this afternoon. Very much so.
Just cleaning his nails out there, one of the Dobson brothers. I believe that's Nick Dobson on a knee.
That was Ray.
Ray Dobson.
Ray. Broke his finger now.
Can be perilous at the front row. Alex Small to throw the line out here. Been fairly clean all season, and as I said before, both these sides capable of rolling maul. No need for it here. They'll throw it wide. Through hands now. Garner gave it to Aloha. And Aloha taken down on the 22. Quick release. And Dobson playing scrum half there. Ward quick away to Garner, and Garner's ball hits the turf. Aloha cleans it up, and Tui Draki has to go himself. Pilford at the breakdown again from Uni North. So it looks like we've got some strengths and weaknesses in both sides here, and Uni North are doing very well at the breakdown. Taken past the 22-metre line now. Going towards the right-hand side of the field, but Michael Dowsett's ball was no good. Hit the shoelaces, and there wasn't much that Isley Farr could do with that.
I think that's the third turnover for the game already for Uni North, so it just shows and highlights how important turnovers are in the game of rugby. And I think that's Kewen's second one, so hopefully he can get a few more throughout the day.
And that's sort of the flow that you talk about in rugby. Any broken play, it just opens it wide up, and if you can't get that momentum, you open the game up for the other team.
But if anything's going to happen with this game, Uni North really need to fix their scrum. It needs to get a little bit lower and set down and pack down as all 8 and keep 16 feet on the field.
Just saw Blake Enever rock up and have a look around.
Yeah, I believe a few of the Brumbies boys will be a bit intrigued towards this game. And I know Al and probably Ben Alexander will be around here somewhere.
Yeah, no doubt. Shame to see Joe Tamani have a run for the Owls a few weeks ago, but the game didn't end so well for him, did it?
No, it didn't. I think it was a snapped fibula or something like that. Yeah, it's just really disappointing to wait for him to end his Brumbies season like that, or Brumbies career like that.
A few big name players going out, including the skipper Stephen Moore with his last game last night, ending in bitter disappointment if you're a Brumbies fan.
Yeah, it was really, really cold and wet out there if you went out. I know I did, and they had a pretty good crowd, about 8,000, so it was all right for the day that we had in Canberra.
Yeah, it was one of those days that you kind of, if you're at work, you're wishing you're watching movies at home.
Yeah, very much so.
Sideways rain and trees out of the ground, and Brumbies out of the finals.
Well, the sun's out today, so it should be a good game for running rugby.
Game they play in heaven as Mitch Ward feeds the scrum, another dominant scrum from Gungahlin. Michael Dowsett getting every inch he can as Rocky Aloha gives it back to Ward, and Ward runs himself. He'll need some support now because Uni have been very good at pilfering from this position. He was out on his own and the support came eventually. They did enough. Pick and go now from Chris Coyle. A penalty now for their excellent work at the breakdown. Quick tap and go. And Uni North find themselves just past the 22-metre line. 3 times, as you mentioned before, they've given it away. And a 4th time, they drop it. Knock on. No, it's going to come back for the penalty. Michael Dowsett wants a quick restart. Just a level head there from Tom Gilmore, I think. And they're just considering whether they're going to put 3 points on the board. No, they're going to go for the try. Probably a good decision. If you have the field position, you want the points, don't you? Especially on a day where you can throw it around.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's a little bit solid underfoot, but despite the rain and a few of the other games being called off, it's the ANU's done really well, and it's actually pretty heavy out there.
Blutzu to throw the line out and touched by Gungahlin, but it came forward, so there'll be an advantage played by the referee as a good run there at the bottom of the ruck. Another pick and go. Uni North's looking strong here. Fantastic field position. Can they hold on to it though? Getting close to the line now. They're packed around that ruck. Backline looking very thin. It's come out again. Pick and go. Gungahlin defence being tested. Another low drive here from the Owls. The Battle of the Birds has entered the ground. Good pass there from Michael Dowson, and I think it's Kevin Ingram Gilson. You may be able to correct me on that.
I think it's David Bennett.
David Bennett, the skipper, gets over. And Uni North's hit back 5-all.
It was a good little set piece there and good little pick and goes to get that try.
Much cleverer, much more clever football there from Uni North, and you love to see that sort of phase play. It really builds momentum. If you're a fan of Uni North, you don't want them to throw it too early, do you? And try for that Hail Mary, because so often it comes unstuck in these semi-wet conditions. There's plenty of surface water out there, and that'll be rubbing off onto the ball with each play as Sam Irwin lines this one up.
Yeah, Uni North need to stick to their strengths, which is in the forwards and their picking goes and their bullet ball wedge, and they just really need to keep it towards the forwards and then give back some early ball so they can use their speed out wide.
And they're not going to win it in the scrum. We've seen that this afternoon.
Yeah.
So they go to work to their strengths, as you just laid out there, Callum. Sam Owen to put it over the black dot. He hopes, to the left of the upright, and there's the commentator's curse. Apologies to Owls fans. So 5-5 remains the score. About halfway through this first half. At ANU North Oval, you are watching the Club Line match of the round. Your commentators Kieran Deck and Callum Richardson. A short kick-off from Gungahlin. A couple of locks chasing it there. Not quick enough. Dowsett to get it away to Gilmore, and he throws a cutout pass. They've got some speed here, Uni North, but they're going to be shut down by a front row, no less. Big Nick Dobson there. More question on whether that ball went forward, but the referee wasn't in position to see it. It was just gifted off. Dowsett to Irwin, and cutout pass on the right wing now. And Hodgson taken to the ground. Past the halfway line is Isali Far. Gilmore wanted that ball much higher. He watched it go past his shoelaces, and it grubbered back about 5 metres, and Uni North had to pick it up on the 10-metre line. A penalty there at the breakdown, though. Been a little bit ill-disciplined this afternoon, Gungahlin Eagles, when it comes to that breakdown. And I think that's largely credit to Uni North, who have been putting so much pressure on.
It's been really good line speed by Uni North so far in the first half, and just forcing Gungahlin to come up with a few errors in their game, which usually isn't like them.
What's been the talk during the week, Callum, in terms of what's riding on this game? It's been... how many years? 15 years since Uni North have been in the finals. As this ball goes backwards, Rocky Aloha's putting a lot of pressure, and Dave Bennett will take it up. Dowsett gives it away to Gilmore, and Gilmore won away to Targo. Targo gave it off again and taken down just short of the 22. Uni North looking really good at the moment, but that ball to Hablutsu was coughed up too hard from Dowsett in the end. And we'll come back for that knock-on. Gungahlin will get the loose head. Looking a bit sharper now, but again, that ball coming loose, and Dan Hooper losing a few more hair follicles.
Yeah, I think that's been a lot like us throughout the season. You know, we've had a lot of close games. We drew with Royals, lost to Queanbeyan by 5 twice, and just that one pass or that one mistake that we make at critical times that has really let us down this season, and which has made us come 5th at the moment, but hopefully 4th.
And so a lot of pressure on this game, and the feeling this week?
Yeah, the feeling this week was it was a little bit more relaxed at training because the pressure's on Gungahlin more than us. We feel like we know that we're a good enough side to make the finals, and we're going to let our rugby do the talking. And it's just really good to see there's two Colts teams in this first grade. For one from 2009, which has 4 or 5 players, and then one from 2015, which has 5, which has made up most of our bulk of our players this year, and it just shows that, you know, Uni North, although we've had a few of struggling years, it's sort of coming up, and we're just on the horizon. It just shows the first time we've had a shot at making finals in 15 years.
And as you alluded to before, it's been a patchy season. There's so much promise within this side, though. There's plenty of individual talent, and it's good to see it coming together towards the end of this season. They've got a couple of really tough losses. To Vikings comes to mind, 60-3 a few weeks ago, 61-3 I think it was.
Yeah.
But there have been some close games too. You rattled Queanbeyan's cage a couple of times as Gungahlin take it out wide. Luke Duffy in the hands now to Jamie Cotts, the speedster. If he has some space, he just shut down by Sam Irwin. Can he get there all the way? Yes, he can. He had to beat Sam Irwin because he's known for his tackling, but the speed got him just to the outside, and Irwin's tackle was ineffective. Jamie Cotts over the line for another 5 points for Gungahlin. He made it a little bit easier for the kicker, which is himself, incidentally, which is why he probably made a few metres towards the post. But that's Jamie Cotts for you, another exciting player in this Gungahlin side. Speak about individual talent. When he has some space, and he doesn't need much of it next to the sideline, he's got some twinkle toes. He can avoid the chalk like a kid on detention.
He'll be one of the fastest players in the comp for sure. He's unbelievably quick.
Speedster, Jamie Cotts. And expect to see him in and around the fold for the NRC as that comes ever closer. I think there's 1 week gap between the final of the John Idant Cup and the selection of the NRC team this year. So it all turns around very fast.
Yeah, rugby all year round, basically.
Pretty much. As Cotts looks to convert his effort. Just past the 22 is where he kicked that from, and it's good. Put it nice and high. Gave the wind a chance to take it away, but there seemed to be not much of it on this occasion. 12 points to 5 the score, and getting close to that half-time mark. We'll get an update for you from Phillip Oval in a moment, where the last we heard, Vikings were up by 2 points, 7 to 5, but Royals scored first. These two matches crucial in deciding who will be the 4th spot in the John Idant Cup first grade finals. And the defending premiers at risk of dropping out should they lose to Vikings this afternoon. Through hands to Pat Tuidraki. Ben McGee was nice and quick, but it was a bit of a hospital pass. Tuidraki did very well to get it back to Barrel. And McGee again, pick and go, the workhorse. Duffy. Throwing it wide into the sun to that attacking territory, and another hospital pass and a knock-on called from the referee. I haven't seen a side shut down that play so well, even though Uni North just let in a try from long range on that right side defence. They only just let it in, and it was the pace of Jamie Cotts that got him over. They've been very good to attack that side where they've come from a set piece short of the halfway line and thrown it wide very fast and put Jamie Cotts in space. And I would imagine Dan Hooper's recognised that and coached that into the side. They've shifted very well this afternoon. Yeah,
Dan did talk about that during the week and about how Cottsy, they like to get Cottsy ball in space, obviously, so they can utilise his pace. And that's what we've worked on throughout the year, just defence, and because that's what we struggled with last year. And other than the two smack outs against Vikings, I think it was, where we lost 50 and by 60 in the two respective games. Other than that, we've done pretty well with our D, and it's been like one of our strong points throughout the year.
And as I mentioned earlier, it's anyone's game. If Uni North can make it to the finals, it doesn't matter about the patchy results throughout the season. If you can have a couple of decisions go your way and get some momentum and use that good defence and capitalise on the partnerships that have been created throughout the season, then, dare you say premiership. Dare you might.
Dare you say.
Another dominant scrum from Gungahlin this afternoon. A little bit of work needed there, perhaps. I would suggest that Gungahlin have got Uni North this afternoon on weight in that scrum category. A few older blokes dominating there, and that man, Dobson, one of them, given back to Garner, now looking for some support. He gives it over the top to Connolly, and Barrel is there again, shut down from good defence, sliding and scrambling the Uni North Owls. Tried to pilfer it again over the top, but Garner gives it away to Small, and Small takes it up the centre of the field, looking threatening now, the Gungahlin Eagles. Back to the inside, Ben McGee. Ward trying to get it away quick because Uni North's making themselves useful at the breakdown. That pass there in the bread basket, but there was some room for that tackler to come around the waist, and it was a hard hit. He'll be rubbing his waist there, Luke Duffy, and it's going to come back for a scrum for Gungahlin, which is exactly what Uni North don't need in this part of the field.
No, they really need to fix their scrum if they're going to try win this game.
Half-time is fast approaching. We're hitting about the 30-minute mark, so around 10 minutes to go in this half. And if we can see more points from Gungahlin, I would expect the uphill battle is Uni Norse. But if Uni Norse are able to keep them out here, they've got enough talent in their side and enough ability at that breakdown, which we were talking about earlier, Callum.
Yeah, they've got a really young side. I think the oldest player is 26, which is Charlie Fairfield Smith, and I think that just highlights how we've just sort of had to start from the beginning again, and a few strong Colts years in the last couple of years have put us well for this year and hopefully for next year as well.
Yeah, there's no reason you can't be threatening all through next season, but let's stick with 2016 for now because you're still in with a chance. 7-5 the score over at Phillip Oval, where Vikings are playing Royals. Slightly depleted Viking side. They're missing the big Ben Hine for the rest of the season after his heartbreaking start to his Brumbies career, where he did his ankle in the first 5 minutes when he ran on against, I think it was the Reds a few weeks ago.
Yeah, I believe so.
And the scrum broken down here. We'll reset. And last time these two teams met, it was a close one. It was 33-27. Gungahlin defeated the Owls.
Yeah, I played in that game. It was a cold afternoon. At it, Gungahlin closed, and yeah, it was tight. It was one way we were winning, and then they were winning, and it was topsy-turvy, and then Gungahlin just ran away with it towards the end.
I think I've got my numbers mixed up there. I think it was actually 17-12, a much lower scoring game. Yeah, that's right. So, a topsy-turvy game, and one that we missed through the club line match of the round. But one that informs a lot of what could happen here this afternoon as Michael Dowsett uses every inch of his advantage to be able to shut down the very fast Mitch Ward, and we see our first direct encounter between the scrum halves this afternoon. A matchup we mentioned before the start of play is going to be a good one, and Michael Dowsett making himself pestful at the scrum.
Yeah, it should be an interesting matchup. Probably the key matchup of the game, really, with Mitchell Ward coming into his own this year and really owning that 9 position, which was sort of a bit anyone's last year, but now it's his own, and he's just really come along and obviously made the NRC squad.
There he is feeding the scrum again, and Dowsett taking note of where he can and can't put his feet, and right there at the back of the scrum as they come away from Dowsett this time, Rocky Aloha takes it away, and Tui Draki misses the tackle of Dowsett. Spat out the back of the ruck there, and O'Byrne takes it forward now towards the left-hand side of the field, taking down Uni North's good defence. Coyle. And a penalty for not rolling away, says the referee, and Uni North's first real infringement at the breakdown. A few tired legs out there, you would imagine, getting into the 35th minute of this game. One thing I thought might happen as I was having a bit of research for this game this morning, Callum, is with the disappointing result of last night, the teams might call back a couple of their Brumbies players so that they would be eligible for the final series. So I'm only mildly, but I'm a bit surprised that Ben Alexander hasn't run out for Uni Norse, and we haven't seen James Dargaville on the field for Gungahlin this afternoon.
I believe Benny was injured last night, and hence why he wasn't on the bench.
I see.
I think he had a lower back problem or something like that. And yeah, I'm not sure about Dargaville. It would have been good to see him because he's got some good hands and some quick quick boots on him.
Yeah, he does, doesn't he? Another penalty off the back of Ben McGee's quick tap there. The pressure building on Owls players. And another scrum elected, which is a good decision if you're a Soaring Eagle this afternoon, because they've been absolutely dominant.
Yeah, I think they'll keep going towards the scrum. It's been their go-to sort of move for this afternoon.
And during finals time, they'll be matched by the scrums of Vikings and Queanbeyan, although Gungahlin had it over Vikings when they beat them by 1 point a few weeks ago at Viking Park. So it's been a strength of theirs throughout the season, Gungahlin. This time it breaks down. The referee happy to reset.
Yeah, it should also be interesting to see how Maloon Adjabori goes today. It's his first grade start, and came over from Lindenwood University in America and played in the under-20s for America. And he's a really good young player. He's been dominating Colts in the last couple of weeks. I think he scored, it was 8 tries in 4 games.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, something ridiculous like that. 2 tries a game off the back of scrums. And
prolific.
Yeah. He's a try-scoring machine. I only took up the game 2 years ago, I believe, and just loves it. Was gridiron all the way, and then just decided this is what he wanted to do.
Wow, there's no small effort pushing Matt Boutz out from this number 6 position.
No, it's not.
And Tui Draki takes it up now, nearly through, stretching and pumping and going forward. Mitch Ward gives it to Rocky Aloha. He's going to be hard to stop under the posts. Rocky Aloha, 5 points piled on to the Gungahlin Eagles total, and Owls players throw their heads back in disbelief.
No, it was a good line by Big Rocky, and he can run a line with that body. No one can stop him that close out.
And I don't think you're exaggerating. I don't think I can pick another player in the competition who can match Rocky Aloha for size and speed. Certainly a number 8 everyone wants in their team.
Hard ball runner, big hitter, just very physical at the breakdown, just exactly what you want in a number 8.
And the 2 points added there for Jamie Kotz. So the score 19 points to 5 here at ANU North Oval. The clock ticking down, only a couple minutes left. The quick restart from Tom Gilmore puts it deep down to Mitch Connolly, and he's under pressure, so he'll search for touch and find it. Good kick. Dowsett's there, won't give it to Irwin. They'll wait for the line out to form on the 10-metre line. Yeah, interesting inclusion, and he's been playing for the last few weeks, as you mentioned, in Colts and lower grades. Malon Ajibura from the US, but this is his last week with the club. He'll be leaving to play with a representative US side as the Uni North's player on the wing there, just taken out, steps on some chalk, and Gungahlin will get the line out.
Yeah, Malon's a really good young kid. He's only 19, and hopefully he can come back next year and have another crack with us, and he's keen to, and he's really helped our Colts team towards the back of the season. They strung a few wins together, and him and another American came over, Chance.
Right.
I'm not going to try to pronounce his last name. Wenglinski. And yeah, he's on the bench as well, so hopefully we get to see him. He came on last week against Queanbeyan as well.
Okay. It's exciting to see the Americans taking up this game. We've known Canadians have loved it for a while. As this try scorer from moments ago gives it off to Patui Draki, and he finds Chris Coyle, and he throws it up to Mitch Connolly, and he's got Patui Draki back in the inside, who will score to the cheers of the Gungahlin Eagles crowd, strong to the left of us here in the commentary box. Wonderful afternoon for the back line, and a little bit of help there from the back row. Rocky Aloha and Chris Coyle injecting themselves in a long-range try. Hard to stop when they just keep coming, layers on layers like parfait, the Gungahlin Eagles.
Yeah, there was some slick hands out there and a good little pop over the top to finish. It was a good try, I hate to say it.
That'll be it for the highlights reel for Gungahlin Eagles this year in the Club Line Match of the Round. Thank you for joining us, by the way, and thank you to Club Line for supporting this initiative throughout the season. We will be doing the finals all first grade games will be live streamed throughout the final series as Jamie Cotts adds another 2 to the total, and Gungahlin Eagles stretch ahead just before half time. A lot of work for the Union North Owls to do here this afternoon. If you're an Owls fan, let's hope there's a slope on the field and they'll be running downhill in the second half.
Yeah, I think the wind's going the opposite way, so hopefully that's just the case.
26 points to 5. Just a few minutes left here. Quick update while we have the kickoff. Royals have retaken the lead from Vikings over at Phillip Oval. 10 points to 7. Conversion missed on that Seth Going try. Exciting times if you're a Royals fan. 2 takes there from Mitch Ward as he gives it back to Dobson. And there he is, the American, Ajibura, taking the Eagle low. Duffy to act scrum half. Has to dig for his jewels and throws it back to Barrel, and he barrels out of one and taken down just past the 22. A foot on the ball there, and Ward has to give it back to Connor O'Byrne, but coughs it up, and Owls in attack now. Yeti Targo takes it down the left-hand side. Dowsett with a searching ball and finds the American Ajibura, but Burras wasn't expecting it. We're going to come back for a knock-on earlier, though, and Uni North with one more chance to get themselves a try here. Oh, how powerful would that be if you're an Owls fan?
Yeah, and hopefully we can get over here. Just need to fix this scrum. Need to just hold rather than try to push back. Just hold it and get the ball out to the backs and let them do their thing.
If the referee's watch hasn't beeped yet, it will be in a moment, because our clock up here says there's only a minute or 2 to go. The vibes I'm getting from you, Callum, are the same that I had last night watching the Brumbies.
Yeah.
Just a little bit of frustration creeping through, but there's still plenty of time to go. More than 40 minutes for the Owls to find their feet and rekindle their season. Oh, another coach killer out the back, trying to find a way through, and a little individual effort as Gilmore goes back to pick that one up off the turf in the sun now to Irwin, and Irwin slips over on some muddy turf. Taken low by Tui Draki. Gilmore now, and searches for Hodgson, who gives it back to Gilmore eventually. And Gilmore had support, he wanted it, he threw it, but it went down, and the knock-on will be against Gungahlin in there, and there was a hand, but it doesn't matter because we're coming to the sheds for half-time in the club line match of the round here at ANU North. And catch him off guard, he loves that fast play.
Yeah, it's been really good for us this season with Dowsett coming in and getting that. He loves, as you were saying, he loves a quick tap, and that really worked there, getting quick ball to big fast man Malon, and he just made a little bit of a line break, which was good.
And the line out stolen here from Uni North, so more field position early on in this second half. They need to make up 14 points here. 2 converted tries, the difference, but that's not going to help. Another knock on in attacking territory, which is probably what cost them a try or 2 in the first half. And you're going to need a neck brace there soon, Callum.
Yeah, knocking my head back a few times. Just a little bit of coach killers and obviously sideline killers as well. Just fundamentals.
Over at Phillip Oval, Vikings have hit back and taken the lead, 14 points to 13. As Ray Dobson leaves the field for Gungahlin Eagles. Just nursing a hand there, his right hand.
Yeah, I think he dislocated one of his fingers, looks like. You can see Matt Bortz just warming up on the sideline. came late from uni, actually. He has uni classes on Saturday.
Oh, right.
Didn't start today.
Didn't start, yeah. So Uni North with the field position and pressure early on, but a mistake giving Gungahlin a piggyback out of their half, and they'll get field position themselves now. Sam Irwin just out of position, but probably harsh to blame him because the wind is swirling around this afternoon, and that one a hard get despite it being low.
Yeah, maybe should have let that one bounce before, but yeah, with this wind, it's very, very hard to be a fullback.
As Matt Bouts enters the scrum for Uni North.
And Big Kev is coming off, Kevin Gilson.
Gilson replaced by Bouts.
I think Phil Ferreira is going to move to second row, and Bortz will just jump on the side, and then Bennett will move to number 8.
That's exactly what's happened. Do you play for Owls? Kevin Ingram Gilson wearing the number V jersey today. More even scrum, but Gungahlin still moving forward. And Dowsett putting a lot of pressure on Ward this afternoon. Rocky Aloha scored a try in the first half, takes it up himself. And a penalty back here for Gungahlin. Offside is the referee's call. A couple of mistakes turn the second half, first try for Uni North into standing on their heels again.
Yeah, it's not looking good, especially when they get down in this territory. They've got a good rolling maul, Gungahlin, so expect to see that here.
One of the final patches of sun left on the field on a chilly Canberra winter's afternoon. I got home from the Brumbies last night, Callum, and the temperature outside was 16 degrees. The top temperature forecast for today is 7. That's Canberra for you.
Yeah, it was weird. It was raining, but it wasn't that cold.
Yeah. Dowsett gives it back. They won that line out, thankfully. And Big Gilmore kick cleared. Just a reminder, if you're watching this coverage and wondering what's going on at the other game, Royals are hosting Vikings, and Vikings just hit the lead early on in the second half, 14 points to 13. The wind took that one, I reckon. It swung away.
That's definitely not straight.
But the referee said it wasn't straight to start with, so...
Yeah. More straight to Gungahlin's number 10.
Almost like a rugby league scrum. Why use the line out when you can pass it straight to the fly half?
Exactly that. Set play.
And another update thanks to our man on the ground, Chris Beath, updating us from Royals. Phillip Oval. And Vikings have gone in again, 21 points to 13 as this line out. Again, another little scrappy one. They tried for a short pass there. Owls and Gungahlin were up for it. Pushed him out. Gungahlin get another chance. Alex Small trying to better his first option, which was to throw to the fly half. And this time it goes nice and high. And Ward sees a big gap open up just behind where the line out was. Makes 20 metres. Taken down just short of the line. And a knock on in there. Another get out of jail free card for the Owls. Gungahlin looking dominant here after a shaky start to the second half. Around 10 minutes in. 26 points to 12.
With Vikings leading the game against Royals, could it end up with a tight finish if Uni North get the win here?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it then goes down to for and against.
Yeah, if they get a bonus point, I think they'll be on equal points. So I'm not sure Who's got the higher for and against there?
Royals definitely up on for and against, but the bonus point is where I get a little bit lost. I think it's a long way uphill even from there for Uni North, but the equation is they must win here, and then we can let the people who do maths good take over. A little bit of breathing space for the Owls. Gungahlin will have the line out. They've been capable of striking from anywhere on the field this season. The Eagles. I apologise. Owls have the line out, and Dowsett gets the ball to Gilmore. Cut out pass finds Gilmore again, and Targo off the right step beats one, looking for some support. Finds it in Bennett. Pressure. Ajibura. The Eagles quick off their mark this afternoon and looking good in defence, and Duffy has some work to do out on his own because Gilmore raced up onto him. A charge down there gives the Owls another opportunity to put some pressure on Garner now. He gets it away to Tuidraki, chancing their hand here, the Eagles, and they may turn it around on the boot now. Owls have some possession. Can they get some field position though? Yeti Targo finds his way back past the halfway line, chances his foot around Rocky Aloha and gets taken down over the sideline, but he got the ball away early. Looks like Gungahlin have had a little bit of better luck at the breakdown, although I speak too early because some good work there over the top. I didn't quite catch who that was for the Owls as the ball goes floating back and they take it up to the left-hand side. Dowsett quick away again. Good ball from him this afternoon. And Fairfield Smith pass hit a Eagles hand, and a quick line out there from Gilmore. They're using the pace here and wanting to take the momentum up, but the line out wasn't theirs to take. So Gungahlin will have a chance to clear it now.
It was a good little break by, I think it was Eden Campbell O'Brien actually. Good little break down the sideline and a little chip kick inside the 22.
Apologies to Campbell O'Brien there. Tapped back from Ajibura and stolen by the Owls. Setting themselves up. Nope. Gungahlin had it at the bottom of that ruck. As the Owls take it back just short of the advantage line. Pick and go operation now to the left-hand side of the field. Good drive there. And Owls now metres away from their line. Dowsett throws it back. Searching ball finds Bennett. And Bennett spills it out the back. Ajibura doesn't make any metres but holds possession, and Gilmore now still going. The Owls need to hold possession and build pressure. Gungahlin have a lot of pressure on in defence right now. A couple of questions being asked by the players. What are you doing in the off-season, says Dobson. I'm going to take up boxing.
I believe that's the replacement for Gungahlin. Him and Dobson have similar hair.
I see. As in no hair.
Yeah.
One away now. Good attacking play there on the inside, and Sam Irwin does a big leap of faith. He's a shot putter in a previous life, but tried the high jump there. Penalty to Gungahlin will get them out of trouble. And you can hear the cries of disappointment representing every Owl in the park here from my co-commentator. Callum, you really wanted to see them capitalise on that field position, didn't you? They looked good, but they just throwing chance balls left, right and centre, and it felt like it could come unstuck at any moment.
Yeah, I think they need to go back to their strength, which was the pick and go, as you saw in the 5 phases that they did before. And then they went sideline to sideline rather than just keep going with the pick and go. I reckon they could sneak a try in through there.
56 minutes into this game as Ben McGee throws that one backwards and Ward has to take it to ground. Shadows covering most of the ground now, except for there. Rocky Aloha picks it up off the turf. Hits the line hard, but good defence from the Owls, rushing up quickly and then...
That was... bit hard done by. I feel maybe I'm biased.
And the call there from the referee... not rolling away, was it? I didn't quite catch it.
No, ball not coming out. So
Ball not coming out.
Gungahlin feed. Should be interesting to see how this scrum goes with Dobson off and see Gungahlin defending for the last 10 minutes or so. So maybe they're a bit tired and Uni North can capitalise here.
Referee happy to take the time to reset. The ground's holding up okay underfoot, it appears. There's a couple of patches that look a little bit churned up after 2 games this afternoon. Colts called off.
Yeah, Colts in 4th grade were called off, had no bearing on the final, so decided they were not needed to play today.
A bit of lobbying from the Brumbies to get the Grounds Association to agree to play a couple of games here around Canberra this afternoon, despite some heavy weather. I know my little brother's soccer game was called off, and I would imagine there are a few other people having an inside day.
Yeah, I can definitely guarantee that as well, yeah.
Big scrum again from Gungahlin. And Dowsett having to sidestep to stay onside. Just stepping on the outside there, and a penalty there off the back of the scrum. The crowd from the Eagles calling for Dowsett to be sent off. He's been putting a lot of pressure on Ward there, and that has been really interesting to watch. A Super Rugby standard player really putting the nail down on an up-and-coming scrum half in the local competition in Mitch Ward. How do you think he's handled the pressure so far this afternoon, Cal?
Yeah, Wardy's done really well. He saw that little break he made towards and nearly scored a try. I think he's held his own, a few obscured passes, but other than that, he's done really, really well, I believe, I feel.
Yeah, I would agree. I think he's been that good all season, and a sniping scrum half is how Coach Dan Atkins describes him, and I could be mistaken, but I don't think he's missed a game all season, so good at recovery, it would appear.
Yeah, it seems like that.
Thrown away to Garner now, who drops the pill right in front of him. An offside call against the Eagles there, because the ball must have touched an Eagles player. We'll come back, and Dowsett being told to move back a little bit too fast. He wanted that quick tap again, and looks like they're going to kick for touch now. Give it back to Gilmore. Just past the 60-minute mark in this game. Still a lot of work to be done for the Uni North Owls.
Yeah, try here could see the game go to anyone, really.
I would agree. I think the momentum is with the Owls at the moment. They've had a few decisions go their way, and they've been capitalising on that with field position. Can they get the points? No, not this occasion, because it comes out the back, and Rocky Aloha hits it at pace. Just short of the 22-metre line is where he hits the turf. Ward gives it back. And bouncing off a couple. Now, I believe that's Lockie Starb for Gungahlin, the replacement. Puts it on the boot to Idraki, and he finds touch, and they'll take a little bit of a breather. Tuidraki has also been excellent for the Eagles this afternoon, injecting himself in places where he probably wouldn't normally. Man with big ambitions is Pat Tuidraki. Turned down an opportunity to trial for the Auckland Blues to come over for a chance to play with the Brumbies. A place that is dear to his father's heart, his late father's heart. He also speaks Japanese, does Pat Tuidraki. And taken out on the far sideline now. Uni North's trying to mount another attack, but Gungahlin up to the task of defence. And they'll have a line out in their own half. Whistle being blown here. A couple of changes to be made.
I think it's Mesu Del Clotto coming on now.
Mesu replacing Xavier Duffy for the Eagles. Gilmore cleans up at the back, and Campbell O'Brien tries to gain a couple of metres but can't. Dowsett fakes and goes to the left-hand side where he finds Ajibura. Gains a couple of metres. Strong runner, Bura, but his legs were just flying out the back there, and the assistant referee noticed they'd gone over the sideline. So Gungahlin get the line out. Over at Phillip Oval, Royals have just kicked a penalty, 21-16 in Vikings' favour. They're edging their way back into the game, Royals. Duffy catches that one above his head and throws it back to Connolly, but there was a knock on, a couple there probably. Referee playing advantage for the Owls now, who have the ball, finding their way forward to that 10-metre line, and good ball from Dowsett to Gilmore, and Gilmore finds some turf. Is it going to find the touch? It will. Excellent kick from Gilmore. Be in contention for a 40-20 if you were playing rugby league, but that field position is worth it.
It's a massive kick by Tom Gilmore.
Notice no one was at home on that far wing, and a chance now to steal the ball and potentially get themselves in it. I think that's Max Bode coming from the field.
Yeah, and Lachlan McCormack replacing him. See if that changes the dynamics in the scrum.
Max Bode, probably the biggest player on the field.
Behemoth he is.
He's massive. He's upwards of 120 kilos.
He's 128 on his good day.
Yeah.
When he's not eating a whole chicken or something.
He's studying teaching at the University of Canberra,
yeah,
Max Bode.
He's in a few of my classes.
Pick and go now from Uni North, sticking to their strength. As Campbell O'Brien bumps off one and hits the ground. Giving back to Isley Farr, one of the try scorers for the Owls this afternoon. I haven't seen a lot of this afternoon is Sam Irwin for the Owls, and they're still playing now. Campbell O'Brien just short of the line. Stolen at the breakdown, but the referee wasn't happy with how that happened. As temperatures soar on a cold Canberra afternoon, frustrations just simmering to the surface.
Yeah, a few players running in there.
Not often you see the fist bared.
Yeah, I saw Gungahlin fist bared, that's for sure. Jeez.
Not at the time of the season for either side that you want to be asking for some time on the sideline as we head into finals. $26-12 here at ANU North Oval for the Clubline match of the round. A decision for the Owls here. Do they shut it down by another 3 points, or do they try and get a converted try and make it just one converted try the difference?
Yeah, I think he came in the side here and threw a punch, unfortunately.
There's a referee reaching for his pocket, and a red card has come out.
Paddy Noriega.
And the replacement, Pato Noriega, has been sent from the field. Not often you see red cards. We won't know for sure what has happened here, and there will be a judicial hearing. Won't be too happy with that decision, Pato, of course. As Uni North with a big opportunity now. Gungahlin down to 14 men for the rest of the game. A converted try will get them right back into the fold here. 27 minutes into the second half. Attacking that short side with a cheeky little inside ball there. Looked like it may have come forward, but Irwin did well to pick it up, pluck it out of the air, and Dowsett now trying for quick ball. Tom Gilmore hits it at pace, bounces off one, and short of the line, still off the ground too. You have to go down and play it. Gives it back, and Dowsett one away. Quick given back, and Charlie Fairfield-Smith takes it up. One of their best opportunities for a try this afternoon. The Owls, they haven't found themselves this close to the line on many occasions. Pressure building on Gungahlin with just 14 men on the field. That's all they had to do. There's no one out there. They've got 1 or 2 or 3 more players, and it's over the line. Uni North's Owls score.
I think it's Letty Targo out there on the wing.
Big Yeti Targo adds another 5 to the total. A big kick here, because it could be the difference between a converted try or an extra 2 points netted. Another card given, so another 10 minutes here. Gungahlin Eagles losing another player.
Yeah, just a swinging arm on Charlie Fairfield-Smith as he took it up before, and just a bit careless by Big Rocky.
A couple of words during the week you would expect from Dan Atkins. A little bit of ill discipline late in this game. 28 minutes into the second half or thereabouts. Rocky Aloha off the field for 10 minutes. Sorry, I keep interrupting you, can't go on.
I wouldn't like a fist from Rocky Aloha.
I'll tell you what.
Run into a brick wall.
You mean a trunk?
Yeah, exactly.
Massive kick here. 2 points would be very valuable to the Uni North Owls. With around 10 minutes to go in this game. It's good. It's good, and Owls are happy. A converted try in it here at ANU North Oval, and the comeback, well, it's gaining momentum. Gungahlin Eagles for the next 10 minutes. So they'll have about 2 minutes in this game with 14 players. For the next 10 minutes, they only have 13.
Ooh.
And a quick update from over at Phillip Oval. That kick not going far enough. It's a comedy of errors for Gungahlin Eagles here. Bit of pressure building as a few words are exchanged, maybe asking what everyone had for lunch. And Connor O'Byrne just coming to the sideline. Will he be replaced? Yes, he has been replaced. Claps for the skipper.
I think Ray Dobson's come back on the field
I see.
for the scrum purposes, obviously.
Yep. Just 13 players at Gungahlin Eagles. I was cut short before. Royals have just hit back against Vikings. 23 points to 21. Vikings lead at Phillip Oval. A win to Royals would rub the Owls out. The Owls have to win here. And they have then the Royals have to lose if they're going to get out. A big scrum there, and Gungahlin, Mitch Ward out the back, toes it forward, and cleaned up at the back there is Eden Campbell-O'Brien. Excellent work from him, and Sam Irwin in support now. And spinning his wheels because there's some mud there. Gungahlin, good pressure. A penalty will piggyback them out. Doing exactly what he loves to do. Michael Dowsett a little bit too cheeky there, trying to give it back to the inside. Gives a knock on to the cheers of the Gungahlin crowd. You can hear them in the background. And a knock on will give Gungahlin another scrum where they've been dominant all afternoon. As Owls build dominance here at ANU North Oval, some news that Owls fans won't like to hear. Royals have just hit the lead. Big Steve Sione is in. And Royals lead 30 points to 21 over Vikings. So that last try converted, and I was incorrect before. Royals led 23 to 21, so it's more than a converted try. Vikings, a lot of work to do to beat Royals at Phillip Oval, and the defending champions are back in the competition. Uni North's Owls still have to make up a gap of 7 points here at ANU North Oval. And we're ticking down just past 10 minutes to go here in the game. Just thrown out the back there, I think, given back to Mitch Ward and Garner. And Garner wraps around Tui Draki, thrown out the back to Kotz, and Kotz has to beat two, and he might have touched the sideline. No, he didn't, says the assistant referee. Does very well to keep himself in. He beat 3 players all on his own, and a penalty off the back there. Gungahlin will get to keep playing with 13 men. Remember, we've had 1 red card and 1 yellow card given in the last 10 minutes. Duffy just pops it over the side, and we may see a rolling maul here.
Yeah, I'm not sure what they'll do with their 2 men down, so it'll be interesting to see. Just got to keep ball in hand, obviously.
A real test for this young Owls side. They have the man advantage. They have been cool-headed through an intense period over the last 10 minutes or so. They need to gather and defend well here if they're a chance of getting themselves back in the game. With less than 10 minutes to go, another try could hurt immensely. Gungahlin looking to strike again. Ben McGee gathers it. Not straight, says the referee, and they get out of trouble. A little bit of a sigh of relief from you there, Callum.
Yeah, a little bit lucky there. It's looking promising for Gungahlin. What a game Jamie Kotz has had, hasn't he? 3rd line break, I think.
Yeah, brilliant. Most people would be taken down there, and Sam Owen is a good tackler. And to put a palm on him and still stay in the field of play, we saw it right in front of us here. Be interested to see the replay whether his foot touched the line, but the assistant referee was right there, so I doubt it did. Another good scrum, but wheeling it around, says the referee, and a quick tap again from Dowsett. Question as to whether that was a good idea, but now having some space here is Sam Owen. He gives it away to Yetzi Targo. The try scorer from earlier has 1 to beat, but they're coming up on the inside. Uni Norse still with the ball. Gungahlin, a few players slow to get back to that defensive line. They need to, though, because they're 2 men down right now. Good defence here. And Gilmore, cut out pass through hands. The Owls attacking that left side again. They'll do well to spread it all afternoon now. 2 men the advantage for most of the game. To go. Uni Norse need 1 try to close the gap. Quick release there, finding a gap now, giving some support, and they're in. The Uni North Owls are in under the post. You would think that they'd convert this, and it's game on. Uni North have clawed back a deficit.
Phil Ferreira, I think the try scorer is.
What a wonderful support play try, and Phil Ferreira under the post. Uni North Owls looking the goods in the back half of this game. Gungahlin doing themselves no favours, but Uni North good enough to make the most of their opportunities, and 2 points here will level the scores. Remembering, Uni North have to win to get into the finals for the first time in 15 years. 5 minutes left in this game here at ANU North Oval. the kick is good, as you would expect. Throw it over from there. Very reserved there, Callum. I'm impressed, but feel free to let go. I know the Owls fans at home are.
Oh, will towards the end of the match, depending on the Royals results.
There is a bit of a subdued excitement here around ANU North Oval. I don't know how many people have tap in as the quick kickoff doesn't work. Charlie Fairfield-Smith copping a ball to the face there. And his strapping just coming down around his chin. Was around his forehead a moment ago. Scrum in the middle of the field. Fairfield-Smith, a few things to say about what Ben McGee had to do there. Temperatures, well, it feels like summer here. With all the steam being let off.
Yeah. You can also see a few of the other Brumbies boys down there. I can see Dargaville, Michael Wells, Butler, and standing with Endeavour as well. They're all watching a great game of rugby.
It is. They've chosen well. I haven't got any more updates for you, Callum, from Phillip Oval, which means Royals remain in the lead over there.
Ups in my mouth.
And Rocky Aloha getting ready to come back on the field. Only a couple more minutes left of 13 to 15. The player advantage to Uni North after a red card given out earlier for an infringement of the fist variety. Thrown to the back, Gilmore. Bit of space now does Ajibura, the American, in his final game for the club. Gilmore and Ward link, and Fairfield-Smith hit the feet. Calls of knock-on from the Gungahlin crowd, but oh yeah, it was in the end. I thought it might have just hit the feet there, but there must have been a hand.
Yeah, I'm not too sure there. It's a bit 50-50 call.
The score remains 30 points to 21 at Phillip Oval. Right here it's 26 all. Still a little bit of work to do for Owls to get themselves the win here and upset Gungahlin Eagles. They have a two-man advantage. They've used it. They've scored 2 tries in the time that they've had that advantage as Rocky Aloha prepares himself to get back onto the field. They were down 26 points to 5 at the start of this half.
Yeah, it's been a great comeback by the Owls.
And Michael Dowsett will be pinged for offside on this occasion, pressuring Mitch Ward all afternoon. And those big green boots spotted just past the advantage line.
Yeah, I thought they were going to take the points there and slow it down so Rocky could come back on. No, gone for the sideline.
And Rocky will come back on right now. So back to 14 men, Gungahlin, with Pato Narego still off, given a red card this half. By my clock, it's just excuse me, it's just past the 40-minute mark. But we have had stoppages. Gungahlin to throw the line out. Uni North still need to find those extra points. We will go to extra time if it is a drawn result. Mitch Connolly regathers. The ball was on a backward trajectory that whole time, so no knock on. Mitch Ward gives it back to McGee, and McGee steps one before going down, submitting. And Tui Draki now. Oh, it hit his shoulder, and he had to worry about the ball instead of the man, and the man hit his shoulder and put him on his back. Kick through here from Garner. The kick and chase is strong, but Gilmore is good up to the task against his opposite number and will restart from the 22. They need the field position, Uni North. Duffy gives it back to Jamie Kotz on the ground now. And there he is, Rocky Aloha. Back on the field after 9 minutes. Good pressure. Hablutsu knocking it out, but didn't get the possession in the end. Given back to the man, Mesu Dolakoto still going. Close to the line, he coughs it up, and there was a knock-on in there. Yes, the referee will give the scrum to Uni North, and they'll need a quick feed and release because Gungahlin have dominated here all afternoon. They've got an extra man in the scrum again, and Uni North can't be expected to win this one. They'll need to throw it wide, and you're expecting now, well, a win will come from a long-range try with this field position. We're well past that 40-minute mark on my clock, and with stoppage time, we've got to be close. 26 points all here, a nail-biter at ANU North Oval. This result, if it goes Uni North's way, will still rely on the result at Phillip Oval, where Royals look likely to pull an upset win over Vikings. If they do, they maintain their spot in the top 4 and go to the finals to try and defend their championship. Excellent defence there from Gungahlin. And they'll regain possession. My co-commentator, Callum Richardson, has gone a little bit quiet, and understandably so. It's been a tough afternoon for Owls fans.
Yeah, I've just gone a little bit reserved and anxious and nervous to see what happens in the next 2 minutes or so.
26 points all. If you're a Brumbies fan and an Owls fan, it's been a tough 24 hours for rugby. Extra man coming into the scrum there, the winger, Jamie Cotts. The Eagles have had their best season in a long time. They've beaten the competition front runners, and they've finished in 3rd position going into the finals with a real shot at the title this year. A couple of decisions a bit uncharacteristic, has led to a couple of cards and put them under pressure and given Owls a chance to get back in this game. But right now the pressure is on Gungahlin. The penalty, though, at the back of that scrum. Rocky Aloha going in for a double. Does he get over? He's over the line, but can he get it down? No, says the referee. Will come back for the advantage. Oh, an update from Phillip Oval. Vikings have gone in 30-28. Nail-biters all around the territory today. 30 points to 28. Royals lead Vikings. Royals and Uni North in a battle for that final spot in the finals. Uni North, you'll remember, we've said it a few times this afternoon, haven't been in the finals since 2001, since they amalgamated. Well past the 40-minute mark now. 45 minutes on the clock up here with stoppage time to be added. As that ball comes out, good pressure from Uni North. And a penalty at the breakdown again. Not rolling away, says the referee. Quick tap now from Ben McGee, trying to put this game to rest. Rocky Aloha drives low and hard, and there's a try. Gungahlin Eagles have the game here. His second for the afternoon, Rocky Aloha.
It's hard to stop that close to the line, isn't he? All 120 kilos of him.
If he was a Pokemon, he'd be rock type.
That's exactly right. But Gungahlin played a really good game, and even though they played 10 minutes with 13 men, they only let one try in, and it's just not to be for Owls again this year. Just close enough, but not close enough really.
And I think it is time for the post-mortem. Uni North won't get another shot to get themselves back in the game. They did excellently to shut a deficit of 26 points to 5. And those 3 tries got them back in the game, but a dominant last 5 minutes from Gungahlin Eagles. And Jamie Kotz adds another 2 points from my angle. The assistant referees wavered away, though. Looked like it might have just gone over the top. Doesn't matter, though. It's all academic. 31 points to 26. The final score here at ANU North Oval. My condolences, my friend. Callum Richardson, your teeth are together, and fair enough. What a game of footy, though.
No, that was good, and both teams dug deep, and yeah, Gungahlin were the better team on the day. You could tell with their dominant scrum. I mean, that's probably what won them the game. The Dobson brothers laid a really good platform, and Pato came back on and also kept it going. Then Ray came back on when Pato got the red card, and that's just rugby, isn't it?
And a quick shout out to the player of the match. Your pick, Callum.
Well, I'd probably say from Gungahlin it would be Jamie Kotzer. He played really well and ran some good lines, and he made a few line breaks, and he was just really dominant today, I could say.
What a wonderful game from Gungahlin, and condolences to Uni North Owls fans. There is always next year a good building year for the Owls. Got close but no cigar. The quick result from over at Phillip. No result yet, still going. Check in on Facebook and Twitter. 30-28 was the last that we heard. What a fantastic game of rugby here. We'll see you at finals time, and thank you for joining us.